she was devastated, absolutely cut to shreds. Like, I didn't speak to her for about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, um, because the only reason I ended up talking to her was because my sisters forced me to. They were like, "You don't understand how much Mum is upset," and I was like, "Oh, what about me in this situation? Like, I'm the one that's sort of been building this up for so long, you know." But I mean, I can understand with my mum. It was kind of like, you know, I'd had girlfriends and stuff like that, so she had absolutely no reason to expect that her son was going to be gay, and especially because I didn't do gay stuff. Like, I didn't like dressing up in girls' clothes. Very rarely I wear eyeliner like once every 2 years if I feel like it. You know, I listen to music that everyone's screaming and angry, and and I played in bands that were like that. So you know, I didn't do stereotypical gay things. It just never, it wouldn't even have crossed their mind. So it actually worked out quite the opposite, because when I did speak to my dad, he was just like, I don't care. I don't care who you fuck. Just as long as you're, happy. Just as long as you're happy with who you are and what you do, I don't really care. But it really took Mum a long time. I thought she would be the supportive one, but she totally wasn't. She wrote me a letter, and it was the most intense letter that I've ever received from anyone. It was, it would make good lyrics for a heavy song, because it was full of so much hatred, and I don't hold that against her. That was just, she needed to get that out. But yeah, man, that cut pretty deep. So anyway, um, everything's sweet now. So I'm 25, and I came out to my friends when I was 16, and I came out to um, my parents when I was 17, and I was living out of home and stuff. So everything's cool now. They've met numerous boyfriends, and there's actually my mum and dad are good friends with neighbours on the street, who also have gay children. Um, so now my mum and dad have someone to talk about it with, who are exactly in the same situation as them, which I think is really good. And they're really supportive. Mum asks me questions now, what she should wear and how she should do her hair, and I've dyed her hair a couple of times. So like I've probably got a closer relationship with her now than I did back then. It's turned out alright. It was never really bad. It was full on at the time, because that's, relatively speaking, that's just what was going on, and that was really extreme. But now it's kind of like, it's all worked out good. My parents are really supportive. Of, like, I don't see them very often because I live in another state, but I still call them every other day and speak to them about everything. And if I feel like talking to them about a relationship that I'm in, or whatever, I can, and I don't have to feel like I have to hide it from them or anything like that. So that's really cool. Um, so anyway, I have experienced you know, some things that, you know, haven't been the best, I guess. You know, um, I've had, like, I definitely didn't feel comfortable enough to come out of high school, and I didn't. Um, I came out after I left high school, just because I didn't feel, I just the energy in the groups that I hung out with, is like, if I did, I would have got my ass kicked big time, and I really didn't want that to happen. Um, and even then, after I did come out and I didn't really hang around some of those people, they still done shit. Like, I had my back windscreen of my car smashed with a brick, and you know, people threatening to do stuff and all kinds of crazy stuff. But, you know, that's just part of it. For me, it's not really about me accepting myself because I'd done that when I was 11. It was more about them having to get a better understanding of how other people live in the world. And, you know, it's just creating that understanding, a compassion or something like that. So, yeah, anyway, uh, if you if you're not a stereotypical gay guy, you know, like I was watching some Chris Crocker vlogs, and although I find them highly amusing, I mean, you know, I'm certainly not like that. And there's some other stories in there as well of people that were way younger than me and what they've had to go through and stuff. So, you know, if you find yourself in a situation where you know yourself and you feel compelled that to be you've got to come out. Um, you know, there is support out there. You know, make sure you tell your friends. And if you've got supportive parents, tell them too. But, you know, my advice is just to tell your best friends or your best friend. And you'll know if they're your best friend because they'll probably support you anyway, regardless. And then as you feel more comfortable, you can tell other people, and eventually it's cool. The other thing is, being a teacher, um, doing this video is I've kind of was thinking about it before, going, okay, well, what if my students' parents watch this? What are they gonna think? Oh my god, my son's teacher's a bag, you know. And then I thought, you know what, fuck that. The kids will probably understand more than some parents, so who gives a shit? If they don't want their children to get lessons, then they're only going to be damaging their children. So if they want what's best for them, who gives a fuck who I fuck? And I'm not a pedophile or anything like that, and I'm a monogamous person anyway. So the whole promiscuity thing of being a gay man is just a load of shit when it comes to me in my life. I've had like a few relationships, and I've never cheated on anyone, and in the relationships I've been in, I've never had my partner cheat on me. So, you know, I've always tried to pick people that I believe in, and hopefully find someone that believes in me. So anyway, that's my coming out story. Basically, if you're don't fit the norm and you're like, you know, you want to feel, if you are gay and you want to feel comfortable telling people, well then, you know, it's cool. It's all right. Everyone will generally be pretty supportive, and if they're not, just find some people that are, and surround yourself in an environment that does support how you are, what you are as a person. Right. And if you feel like it, write a comment and let me know if this was helpful at all, or if you think it was just the biggest load of shit and a waste of time, then that's fine too. But you know, let me know. All right. Bye.